Hey, good morning everyone. So I'm back out here. It's about 40 minutes after my run. And I kind of came back out here to fake a new intro because after looking at the footage, it looked pretty pathetic. But it seems like the neighborhood is awake now. I got chainsaws in the background and planes flying overhead. So let's go ahead and cue the intro and we'll get right to it. It is week number 3. This is actually day number 3 for this week. It's Saturday morning. It's probably 70 degrees right now. Beautiful Saturday morning. It's been really hot the last couple days. Actually, this week was the first week that I ran in hot weather. I think Wednesday was 90 degrees, and so I finally had to bust out the shorts and a t-shirt to kind of get through the run. You know, while I was doing that stretch right now, I was looking down at my watch or this fitness tracker. This fitness tracker has kind of disappointed me after the last couple weeks. I realized after, you know what? Let me go sit down over here and we'll talk about this real quick. So yeah, this fitness tracker, I was looking at the mileage, that I had been doing, and something just seemed off. I guess although it does work to a certain extent, I was realizing that the distance that it was tracking just seemed off. I started to go online and do some routes online and see what the distance was when you input the information online. And I was finding a good 10 to 15% difference in the distance. And so one day I decided to drive one of the routes, and I'll talk about my new route in a second, but drive one of the routes that I had mapped online, and I'm realizing that when I drove it in the car, it was much closer to what I mapped out online and not close to what the Very Fit Pro fitness tracker app was doing. And of course, I looked into it even further, and I zoomed into the trace that the GPS does on my phone on that app, and it was cutting off corners and doing some really funky things. The app, to give you an example, the app I think was showing 2.65 miles at like a 12:30 pace. But in fact, it was like 3 miles at an 11:30 pace, because if you run the same amount of time, let's say 33 minutes, but the distance varies from, 2.65 miles to 3 miles, obviously your pace or your, time per mile is much different. So, I started to realize, wait a minute, I've actually done a lot better than I originally thought. So with that, I decided that maybe it was time to start, using a different app. And I downloaded a few different apps. There's like a Nike app, there's an Asics app, and I think like an Under Armour app. In this case, I decided to use the Asics app. I think it's like Runkeeper or something like that. And so I tested out a new route this week. So instead of running the laps like I had been doing, I had gotten up to about 5 laps, which did equal about 3 miles, which was great. I thought it was time to stop doing the laps, because what I was realizing was that with the laps, I kept thinking, I'm not going to make the next lap. I'm not going to make the next lap. So it was really such a mind game, and I decided that maybe if I set out on a single lap around the neighborhood that equaled that 3 miles, it would push me a little bit harder, because I needed to get home. I can't just run around the block and then once I got close to home I give up. This way I'm actually pushing myself further and longer, and I think it worked out. So I came up with a good route throughout my neighborhood. It's like 3.1 miles, so it's that 5K, and it includes lots of different hills, and I'm pushing hard on that. So today is going to be my 3rd day to run that route. I'm going to keep pushing You know, I'm starting to gear up. You know, I bought some headphones so that I could listen to some podcasts or some music to kind of keep my mind off of, you know, what I'm what I'm doing and my thoughts of giving up as I'm running. I did buy some new shoes. They haven't arrived yet. I bought some PUMAs that were recommended to me by like an online, you know, runner's website, and it, you know, profiles your foot and all that. So I did that. You know, they were like $120. I'll link them in, you know, below, but I got them for like $45 on like Chewbacca or something online. So those will be here on Monday. So I'll have like a week and a half to kind of train in those. And then it's just a matter of pushing harder. So I'm trying to do that. It's like I said, it's a beautiful morning. So, you know, I'm going to get back out there and do another lap. And when I get back, I'll give you guys a quick little update, let you know how I'm doing. And I'll show you some of the new screenshots of the Run Keeper that I'm using. Just wanted to give you guys that little update and let you know that I'm still at it. I still have that goal for May 16th, and my daughter and I are going to be running, and yeah, so I'll keep you posted. So I'm back. I did that new route that I was telling you guys about. I'll post it in the links below. Interesting, I carried my phone today. I'm actually wearing a different pair of shorts, and I don't have a back pocket, and putting the phone in the front pocket is no bueno. So I carried my phone, and the same route that I ran last week on Wednesday with the phone in my back pocket was 3.04 miles. So today it was 3.13 miles. I'm guessing it has something to do with the GPS tracking, you know, satellite visibility and so forth. But the most important part of this little tidbit is that I destroyed my time from the last 2 times that I ran this route. I had previously been doing 11:30. Today I did an average of 10:18 pace. So that's 10 minutes, 18 seconds per mile. Let's look at the splits. I think my first split was like a 9:27. So my first mile was a 9:27, then it was a 10:32, and then a 10:53. So I slowed down. I felt pretty strong on that 3rd mile. Once I finally kind of get my second wind, I guess, then I feel pretty strong, and I can just keep going after that. But prior to that 1.5 miles, I'm usually thinking about giving up. So I thought I'd give you guys a quick little review on these headphones. The sound was really solid. They stayed in my ears really well. They have several, I don't know if you guys can see that. Let's take these off. Several different rubber earbuds, I guess, for all the different ear configurations that are out there. This is the one that came on them, and they fit fine. Like I thought, you know, the cable flopped around quite a bit. So what I ended up doing was looping the headphones through the back of my hat, and that way when I put it on, at least the cable had a place to kind of stay. Yeah, they worked really well, and it was nice to be able to hear my phone tell me my split times. I have it set to tell me my splits at the mile mark. I may up that to be like either the 3/4 or the 1/2 mile mark, just to kind of give me an idea of where I'm at, because I think by the time I get to the mile mark it's kind of too late. So maybe if I do it at the 1/2 mile mark, you know, I'll be able to kind of up my pace and sort of set a goal for myself to keep it, you know, below 10 minutes. I'll post the stats and I'll post the elevation chart too, to kind of give you guys an idea of where I'm running and what the elevation changes are. Let's see, I can actually probably tell you just right here. So I gain, I don't know if this is right, about 204 feet. No, oh, over the course of the entire run, I'm gaining 204 feet. But it goes from, looks like about 100 feet up to 151 feet peak. So again, I'll post that all below. So yeah, that's it. I think I'm on my way to making that 28-minute mark, that goal that I set for myself. We'll see. You know, I'm still kind of I'm figuring out how I'm going to do this with my daughter. She may not want to run that kind of pace with me, so we may have to kind of either split up and I'll have her run with some of my coworkers, or, you know, I might have to cop out and run it with her throughout the whole thing. So either way, I know I'm on my way to getting there, and I feel strong about it. And hopefully I'll have a few more days like this beautiful 70-degree sunny day to train before the event. All right, guys, until the next one, keep running, keep at it, and I'll report back in week 4. All right, look what came a few days early. We got some socks, we got some shoes. Let's take a look.